Hey guys, this is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, and we're going to let ID Jester's game finish up. He's doing his post game between his Braves and Marlins, 2018 year to remember, Atlanta Braves. So we're going to allow a couple of minutes for folks to jump on in here, and yep, I am bringing a baseball game. It's been a while, but I've done a lot of playing offline because making videos feels like work. The other night, actually, I was thinking about making a video last night, and I kept on putting off playing a game because I was going to do it as a video. The second I decided not to do it as a video, I sat down and played a game. So that's where my mind is lately. Still playing, still in the community, jumping in the chats, the FOC Discord that Al Red Sox fan has going. And I think people are probably in the chat this afternoon before, and it's not showing up live. So one moment, let me get the chat up because I know there's people up in here. I just can't seize it. I want. So yeah, bear with me just a moment. I gotta find it. Oh Lord. One moment. My channel. And we want to do this. And we want to get the chat. Yeah, IDJ is there. Hey, no problem. Mike, how's it going? Yeah, let me get the chat so I can see it, and we'll get this game going here in a moment. So yeah, as I said, it's a whole lot of don't really feel like making videos lately, but I'm playing a lot of baseball. You guys know that, so let me pop this chat, do the little dog Sidious magic that I learned. We want to do this. We want to pin you. We'll pin you. All right, so I have chat. Cool. So tonight we're going to be playing APBA, baseball, APBA, for those who are sticklers for the pronunciation. I ain't going to hold it against you, but I say APBA because that's the way I've been saying it for 32 years. But anyway, as you can see, we have the 1979 Montreal Expos and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's go over the starting lineup for each team as more folks will trickle in. Starting for the Montreal Expos, batting first, left fielder Warren Cromartie. Shortstop, Chris Spire. I always used to call him Chris Spear, but Jerry Ball corrected me. It's Chris Spire. I remember that from 2 or 3 years ago, Jerry. You have an impact on us, man. Glad you're in the community. Andre Dawson, he will be batting third, center field. Tony Perez, he is going to be first base, batting cleanup. Batting in the fifth slot, Gary Carter, he will be the backstop. Right fielder Ellis Valentine will be batting sixth. Zwayhander, how's it going? Glad you can make it to the chat, man. We have got us some baseball tonight. Larry Parrish, hot corner man, batting seventh for the 79 Expos. Rodney Scott, cool breeze, second baseman. He'll be batting in the eighth slot, and starting pitcher for the Expos is going to be Steve Rogers. And now for the home team, Pittsburgh Pirates, the team that I'm going to be taking to a tournament in November and hopefully turning B.J. Wanlin and Ken Castro on their ears, amongst others. Leadoff, center fielder Omar Moreno. Batting second, third baseman Bill Madlock. Can you tell I know these guys? Dave Parker, the Cobra, right field. He'll be batting third ahead of first baseman Wilver Dornell Stargell. Number 8 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts. Batting cleanup. Left fielder Bill Robinson will be batting fifth. Scrap iron, Phil Garner. He's in the sixth slot. Batting 7th, catcher, Ed Ott. Sorry, Mark. Batting 8th, shortstop, Tim Foley. And on the bump for the Pirates, I'm going with their number 2 pitcher. In my opinion, they're number 2 because Bruce Keeson had the numbers. He was their ace. He just didn't have the run support. So tonight we're going with, if anyone could beat the Montreal Expos, the Candyman can. The Candyman can. All righty, here we go. So let us go ahead and get to the game. All righty. So on the bump for the Expos is going to be John Candelaria, or for the Pirates, rather. Warren Cromartie is going to be leading off. And it's sliding right out of the holder. All righty. So Warren Cromartie leading off. Here we go. The pitch from Candelaria. And that is a 1-5, a 10. I'm playing off the D-Val boards, practicing for the tournament. And 10 is going to be a single to center. So Cromartie is on base with a leadoff single. So there is a base hit for Cromartie. All righty. Chris Spire is going to be up at the plate now, shortstop for the Expos, facing Candelaria. Cromartie on first. Here comes the windup, the pitch. And that is going to be, flip the card over, a 5-3, 18. So that is going to be a fielding check on Foley. Foley is a 9. So that's going to be the second column. 30, on first. 31 is going to be fielding 1. So that's going to be out of first, runner to second. 6-3 ground ball. Easy play for Foley. Gets it over to Stargell. So Cromartie gets to second. Next up is going to be the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Runner on second base and Warren Cromartie. 1 out here. Top of the first. And let's flip his card over. 6-4 is the pitch. 13. Candelaria catches him swinging at the knee. Jeez, it's been so long since I got to say that in a video. That is strikeout number 1 for the Candyman. 2 down for the Expos. Cromartie on second. Tony Perez now set to go. Ed Ott framed that last pitch perfectly. Went exactly where he needed it to go. Here we go. Tony Perez, the dog. That is a 62-41. And that is going to be a check on Ott. He is a 7. 25 is going to be fielding 1. Runner is caught out stealing third. So that is caught stealing. 2-5. Final out. Oh, we're doing that. That's right. All righty. So that is that. So we go to the bottom half of the first. Yes. And I'm not worried about doing this game fast. Nobody really had anything going on. IDJ asked if there was anybody doing anything live, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm ready. We're going to do this. Let's go ahead and do a game. I'm not going to do a lot of games, but I definitely want to do this one. Omar Moreno leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bottom of the first inning, Steve Rogers looks into Carter, gets the signs. Here's the windup, the pitch. 4-2 helps if you can see the actual play card. 13, Rogers catches him with a curveball in the corner of the zone. That is strike 3, number 1 for Rogers. 1 away. Bill Madlock, Mad Dog, hot corner man, facing Steve Rogers. 1 out, bottom of the first. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. That's going to go to Madlock's hit column. 4-2-2. Madlock hits a screaming drive to right center field. Valentine and Dawson are converging. Madlock headed for second. Valentine comes up with a Madlock rounding second. Dawson, Valentine with the throw, and it is cut off as Madlock slides into third with a triple. So Pirates are threatening here, bottom of the first. Runner on third. Dave Parker comes to the plate. 1 out. Pirates would sure like to get a run in early here. Here we go. Parker. Rogers looks over to Madlock to try to keep him honest. They'll wind up. The pitch to Parker. 1-5-11. That is going to be a single to center. Hits in front of Dawson. 2 hops to him. Madlock scores easily. So RBI single for Dawson, and the Pirates go up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Here we go, Rogers. And he is facing Willie Stargell. Here comes the first pitch. And Parker is off to second. He is going to get underneath the tag. He is in there. So that is going to be 1 strike to Willie Stargell. Parker is on second with the RBI and then the theft. Here comes the pitch from Steve Rogers. 62. That will be a 41, and this is going to not be good because Carter is a good catcher. He is an 8. Anything 5-2 and up. Yeah, that is going to be Parker. Caught stealing third. 2-5 for out number 2. Stargell still at the plate. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. 4-3. That's going to be a 29. Bases empty. Ground ball hit back to the box. Rogers comes up with it, gets it over to Perez, and that is going to be out number 3. But the Pirates, they score a run. All righty. Near. We go to the top of the second. Al, how's it going, brother? Glad you can make it to the game. Three Rivers Stadium, my own concrete cookie cutter ashtray. I will love it forever. It is mine, my own, my precious. Gary Carter leading off top of the second against Candyman. Candyman gets the signs in from Ed Ott. Here comes the windup, the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5 on Carter's card, a 35. And that is going to be popped up behind the plate. Ed Ott throws off his mask, gets underneath it, makes the catch. That's going to be out number 1. Next up is Ellis Valentine, right fielder, 6th in the order. John Candelaria shakes off Ed Ott's first sign, takes the second one. Here's the pitch, 5-3, and that's going to be 16. That's going to be a check on Marino. Again, I'm using a D-Val board, so I'll explain this a little bit after the video if you guys would like. But it takes personal defensive fielding into account. So Marino is a 3, which means anything 5-4 and up. 6-5. Oh, my goodness. Marino misjudges it. It gets by him, bounces off his glove, and Carter is able to make it to second, and they charge Marino with an error out there. So single for Carter. E8, Marino. Oh, the Boffo. Bad Marino. So we got a runner on second, 1 out, and that brings Larry Parrish to the plate, third baseman, 7th in the order. Modified stealing rules, I'm just doing basic. I'm pretty much playing the way I'm going to be playing in the tournament as Wehander, so that way I'm practicing. So it is just a basic stealing. Rolling 11, it's going to be a stealing thing. Not using the modified stealing rules because I don't have stealing stuff on the 79 cards. These are the original cards. So can't use the modified with it. But I don't mind going with the basic. It works out because your fast guys have 11s in their hit columns, and that's where you're going to get your stolen bases from. Some 10s. Guys who are just getting hits, like your slower runners that are really good hitters that got a lot of 7s and 8s. So they're going to get the singles and move guys around, but they're not going to be stealing a lot of bases. So it actually kind of works out. You don't get to choose, but statistically it happens with pretty decent frequency, I'm finding. So Larry Parrish, here we go. Top of the second, 1 out. Gary Carter on second base by the way of single and error by Omar Marino. Candelaria glances over his shoulder. trying to keep him close. And Garner comes in to fake the pickoff. Here comes the pitch to Parrish, 3-4, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field with a runner on second. And no checks. It is caught out there by Omar Marino, shallow enough that Carter's not going to try to tag up. So that is 2 away. And that's going to bring us to Rodney Scott. Cool breeze, 8th in the order. Here we go. Rodney Scott, 2 outs, man on second, facing Candelaria. The windup, the pitch. And that is a 3-2, 26. And that is a hard ground ball to second base. Garner cleanly fields it, gets it over to Stargell for out number 3. Doink. No runs for the Expos in the top of the second. We're going to go to the bottom of the inning here. That goes there. And we'll have to remember Rogers is first. Give me just a second. I need to do something. Pitcher. Place marker cards. And then I drop stuff. I got to make another one. It didn't occur to me to do this before, but I'm going to do it now. Place marker cards for pitchers. Get all the yuck out of it if I can. Good enough. Yeah, that'll do. All right, so that goes there. Candelaria, sorry about that. All righty. IDJ, hit that like button like you're swinging at the knee cheese. Do it now. Yes, sir. All righty, here we go. Bottom of the second inning. We'll get this moving along because now I'm kind of getting used to the way I'm doing this. Totally different, especially with the baseball cards. Dude, I love this. Anytime I play 1979, American League or National League, I got a picture on the back of each card. And there were probably only about 15 players that were carded with the original 20 cards per team set that didn't have Topps baseball cards. So I just found pictures of them and put them on the back. And those I didn't have Topps cards for, I just printed off pictures of the cards. So I got a picture on the back of everyone. I love it. All right, here we go. Bottom of the second inning, Bill Robinson. Left fielder leading off, due up. Robinson, Garner or not. Steve Rogers gets the signs in from Carter. Here is the pitch. And that will be a 25 ground ball hit sharply to second base. No hard play at all for Rodney Scott. Gets it over to Tony Perez for out number 1. So that is 1 away. Phil Garner, scrap iron. Strides out to the plate. Takes a couple of warm-up swings. Steve Rogers, the windup, the pitch. And that is going to be a fly ball to right field. Dave Parker is back. Gets underneath it. Smacks his mitt. Lets gravity do the rest. That is out number 2. Sorry, right field. Ellis Valentine. It's me. You know it's me. If I keep messing up fielding, you know it's me. 2 away, bottom of the second, Ed Ott. Here we go. The pitch from Rogers, 2-5. That is an 8, and that will be against a B pitcher. Fly out to center field. Omar Marino makes the catch out there, and geez, Andre Dawson. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Yeah, you can tell who I'm thinking about. All righty. Top of the third. Candelaria on the bump, large and in charge. And we have Steve Rogers at the plate facing the Candyman. Here comes the windup. He'll be batting. The pitch swinging away, 36. That's going to be ball 1. A little bit low. Rogers lays off. Candelaria gets the signs from Ott. Here comes the pitch. And the pitcher pops it up high, racing in. Omar Marino calls off Tim Foley, makes the catch. It was Marino that time. So that is going to be 1 away. Warren Cromartie now at the plate. Did I skip Rodney Scott? I skipped Rodney Scott. At 44. No. What happened to Scott? I skipped a card somewhere. Okay, that 44 is Rodney Scott's. Fly out to center field. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Steve Rogers now at the plate instead of Rodney Scott. The pitch, and Rogers strikes out. That is out number 2. Oh, Lord. Yeah, my games are easy to follow, aren't they? Warren Cromartie, left fielder for the Expos. Candelaria is set. Here's the windup, the pitch, 1-2. Hard ground ball hits the second base. Phil Garner comes up with it, gets it over to Stargell, beats Cromartie there by a step. That is out number 3. And we will go to the bottom of the 3rd. Pirates come up. Due up in this inning for Pittsburgh, Tim Foley, John Candelaria, and back to the top of the order for Omar Moreno. Rogers is on the bump. Large and in charge for Montreal. 1-0 game here, starting the bottom of the 3rd. Tim Foley is set. Crazy Horse takes a couple of practice swings. Rogers gets the signs in from Carter. Here comes the windup. Here is the pitch to Foley. Flip the card over. I only do this first time through. Afterwards, they'll all be up. 28 hits a hard ground ball. Spire at short comes up with it on the 1 hop. Gets it over to Perez. Beats Foley by a couple of steps. That's out number 1. All righty. That's going to bring up John Candelaria. Set to face Steve Rogers. Here we go. Who's on first exactly? Then tell me who is the players on first. Who the player on first? Who's on first? Right. I'm asking you. I'm telling you. Who exactly? You're not telling me anything. Who's on first? Why are you asking me for? I love it, IDJ. Candelaria with a pitch from Rogers, and that is going to be a strikeout for Candelaria. Out number 2 for the Pirates in this inning. Who's on first? I so love that routine with Abbott and Costello. It's baseball, man. It's baseball. I love this game. I so love this game. Omar Moreno, 2 down, bottom of the 3rd. Pirates up 1-0 on the RBI by Parker, driving in Madlock after a triple. Moreno struck out his first time to the plate. Here comes the pitch from Steve Rogers, and that is going to be a foul tip away. Strike 1. IDJ, but it's for Chris in the outfield. Who is in center field? Who? No, the center fielder. Who? Who knows? Sometimes I don't. All right, the 0-1 to Moreno, and that is going to be hit 9, and that's going to be a single over Spire. He leaps for it, cannot get it. A couple of hops into left field for Cromartie. Moreno rounds first and back to the bag, so he extends the inning with a base hit. Bill Madlock, Pirates would like to get in a rally and get another run in. Madlock facing Steve Rogers. Rogers looks in, gets the signs from Carter, and fires over to first. And not nearly in time to get Moreno, but gets the ball over to Perez just to let Moreno know he's thinking about him. Back out to the mound we go. And Rogers is set. He fires and delivers to Madlock, and Madlock comes through with a base hit. That is going to be a single into right field. Bounces in front of Valentine. Moreno is trucking. He's rounding second. Valentine brings it into Scott. Moreno is into third. So runners at the corners with 2 outs, and the Pirates are rallying at the moment. Dave Parker is next up. He, again, singled in Bill Madlock in the first inning. Stole second, was caught stealing third. His first time up. Here's Steve Rogers, men at the corners. Here's Parker, the windup, the pitch. 4-6, 13. Rogers catches him with a bad chili dipper at the knee. Strike 3. Rogers third. And he gets out of the inning. No runs plated by the Pirates. We're going to go to the top of the 4th, a 1-0 ball game. Okay. IDJ, how is my D&D face-to-face going? Actually, I had stepped away from it for a couple of months now, but I'm getting back into it. I'm rounding stuff up. I'm probably not going to go this week, but next week I'm thinking I am. We had stopped at a good stopping point. I was kind of like burning out a little bit, but I am getting back into it, and I'm planning on trying to get through another 6 or 8 episodes in another arc to get the guys made perhaps another level, and then we'll go from there and maybe take a short break, but no, I've got ideas. I really do. Yeah, Chili Dipper. I love mixing up sports terminology, Sweethander. I really do. I really do. Chris Spire leading off the top of the 4th. Move these guys over. Yeah, let's move this over a little. Y'all be able to see who is what. Facing John Candelaria, he grounded short his first time up. Here comes the pitch from Candelaria. Oh, no, that's going to go to Spire's hit column. 2, 3, and that is going to be double into the gap. Marino chasing over. He cuts it off before it gets to the wall. Spire trots into second with a stand-up double to lead off the top of the 4th. Double for Spire. Andre Dawson now to the plate. Expos with a chance to hopefully capitalize and get a run across. Get back in this game with the Pirates. Alrighty. Andre Dawson is set to go. Candelaria glances over his shoulder, looks at Spire to keep him close. Spire, no threat to steal. Dawson, here comes the windup. The pitch. And 2-4, and Dawson strikes out for the 2nd time in a row. Candelaria is punching Dawson's card so far in this game. Tony Perez comes up. He tipped one high behind home plate. Ed Ott caught it, fouled out his first time up. Candelaria, man on second, one away, top of the 4th. Perez is set. Candelaria gets the signs from Ott. The windup. The pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout of Perez. That is Candelaria's 4th of the game. And that's going to bring up Gary Carter, the catcher. Gary Edmund Carter facing John Candelaria. He looks in, gets the signs from Ott, glances over his shoulder at Spire before setting, comes back. Here's the windup, the pitch, and that is a hard ground ball. It is popped up on the left side of the field. Madlock giving chase in foul territory, and he makes the catch, and that is going to be out number 3. Expos leave a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Cannot capitalize on the scoring opportunity. So that's going to take us to the bottom of the 4th. Due up, Willie Stargell, Bill Robinson, and Phil Garner. Not much offense yet, but if anybody knows the 1979 season, either of these teams can uncork a bottle in a heartbeat. They can do it. Steve Rogers gets a couple of warm-up pitches. Carter throws down to Scott around the horn, and they're set as Pops walks up to the plate, steps up to the right side of the plate, number 8, with his cool little swing where he lumbers it down and around, back up, cocks it hard on his shoulder, swings it around a couple of times, and boom, he's set. Rogers. The windup, the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Warren Cromartie over towards Dawson, calls Dawson off, and makes the catch. It's going to be out number 1. Bill Robinson now. No relation to pitcher Don Robinson. Those of you who know will really like that. Bill Robinson is set. Rogers with the windup, the pitch, and that's a fly ball at the left field. Cromartie racing back and towards the foul line, gets underneath it, makes a running catch, and that is 2 away. What is the fielding rating for each team? Both teams are a 40 for a team score, so both teams are fielding 2. However, and I'll show you later with the D-Vals, some of the lines have a position all the way to the left, and if one of those lines comes up, then I roll an individual fielding check for that defender to determine which fielding column I use on those plays only. And I'll show it to you after the and it's not a closely government-kept secret or anything. If anybody wants the D-Val boards, I'd be more than happy to share them for you. It's a different way of playing, and I actually kind of enjoy it. I really do. Scrap iron, here we go. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Pirates. He flew to right his last time up. Rogers gets the signs from Carter. Here is the pitch. Hardly hit, ground ball against a B pitcher. Hardly hit, ground ball, and that is going to be a single. Over Spire into left field. So Scrap iron extends the inning with a base hit. Now Ed Ott comes up to the plate. Runner on first. Steve Rogers looks over to Garner. He's got a little speed, but he's going to keep him close. Here comes the pitch to Ott. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 1-3. And that is going to be a wild pitch. Carter chases it. Garner, he is going to get second. So now the Pirates have a runner in scoring position. Ed Ott set to take the next pitch from Steve Rogers. Here comes the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be a good one. Runner on second with an 8. No, hard ground ball. Oh, Rogers puts his glove where it needed to be. 1 hop off the mound. Gets it over to Perez. Out number 3, and a really hard hit ball up the middle back into the box. Rogers comes away with it. And that is going to end the inning in the Pirates' hopes in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 is your score. Pittsburgh over Montreal. John Candelaria comes back out, takes some warm-up pitches with Ed Ott. The starting catcher for the Pirates. Due up this inning for the Expos, 6, 7, 8. Ellis Valentine, Larry Parrish, and Rodney Scott. And we will actually use Rodney Scott's card this time around because I said so. Here we go. Candelaria is set to go on Valentine. Here's the windup, the pitch, and he catches him swinging. That is strike 3. And Candelaria is stacking them up. Larry Parrish now. Why don't I play with Candelaria more often? Actually, Ron wonders why he can't win with Candelaria more often. The dice don't like him sometimes. He needs to get his own dice. He really does. Larry Parrish, 1 away, top of the 5th. 1-run ball game. Here's the pitch from the Candyman, 28, and that's going to be a hardly hit ground ball to shortstop. Tim Foley is able to come up with it, gets it over to Willie Stargell. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Get that back to bases empty in case I really need to look at it. I kind of got the bases empty pretty much memorized. Oh, all right, here we go. Cool breeze. Rodney Scott. See his card. Facing John Candelaria, 2 outs here, top of the 5th. Here comes the pitch, 3-4. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Omar Marino runs in, pulls up short. Looks like he lost it in the lights, but he comes up and makes the catch. And that's going to be 1-2-3 on the Expos, top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, no score. And due up for the Pirates is going to be Tim Foley, John Candelaria, and Omar Marino. Steve Rogers takes a couple of warm-up pitches with his catcher, Gary Carter. Carter goes out, has a short little talk with him. You know, you had a wild pitch in the last inning. Don't sweat it out. The D-Val boards, the Delaware Valley Baseball League. Yes, an APBA player made it up for the game. They based it off the basic game with some modifications for the personalized fielding, and you guys are going to love it. I'm going to show it to you after the game. You guys are going to love it. But Tim Foley, he is first up. Bottom of the 5th, Steve Rogers gets the signs in from Carter. Drops his shoulders. Here comes the windup. The pitch, and that's going to be a hard hit ground ball to second base. Easy play for Rodney Scott. Scoops it up and pumps it in his glove over to Perez, and that is out number 1. And next up is going to be John Candelaria. Move the placeholder card there. Candyman facing Rogers. Nobody on base, so Candelaria is going to be swinging away. Here's the pitch from Rogers, and that's going to be another strikeout for Candelaria, so that is 2 away. So that will go there. And Omar Marino comes up back to the top of the order. He has struck out and singled so far in this game, facing Steve Rogers, bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. Here's the windup, the pitch, and that's going to be in there. That's going to be a long fly ball to center field. No. Dawson parks underneath it, makes the catch, smacks his mitt, and ends destiny. Still a 1-0 ball game after 5. All righty, so we're going to go to the top of the 6th inning. Candelaria still going strong for Pittsburgh, as is Rogers. Well-pitched game by both of these pitchers. And he is going to be facing Steve Rogers. So we have the pitcher's placeholder there. Then back to the top for Warren Cromartie and Chris Spire. So Rogers is set to go. Here comes the windup, the pitch. Keep forgetting he's a Y. I don't think I've been checking that, but there haven't been any pop-ups with empty bases. 2-5-23, and that is ball 1. That is one thing that they did differently, the rare plays and everything. Some of the stuff is different, but I'll show you guys after the game. So in the DVALs, in the tournament I'm playing, 23 is a ball 1 with bases empty. Here's the pitch to Rogers. The 1-0, 32, pops it up into right field. Parker on his horse racing in, calls off Garner, makes the catch on the run. So that's going to be 1 away. Flips it into Garner, gets it into Candelaria. Warren Cromartie now comes to the plate. 1 away, back to the top of the order. Cromartie has singled and made second. Made second on a ground ball by Spire following him, and then was caught stealing third, and then he grounded to second the second time up. Here we go with Cromartie. You can't get the dead ball out of your dice. You got that right, Mike. Cromartie is set. Candelaria's got the signs from Ott. Here comes the windup, the pitch, and that's a 2-4, and Candelaria gets him swinging. Second out of the inning. That is 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Candelaria so far on the evening. Chris Spire is up now, shortstop. He'll be facing Candelaria. Candelaria gets the signs from Ott. Doesn't like what he sees. Shakes it off. Takes the second one. I think he's looking to throw the heat. Spire with the pitch. 3-2, hardly hit. Ground ball to second base. Phil Garner comes up with it, gets it over to Stargell, and that is out number 3. Stargell stabs it as it comes in. And no runs across for the Expos so far. Only 3 hits so far in the game. The Pirates have scored the only run in the bottom of the first inning. But Rogers has only give up 5 hits so far. So a very well-pitched game. We're going to go to the 6th now. Steve Rogers comes in to face the Pirates. I'll pull this aside a little more. Rogers on the bump. He'll face 2-3-4, heart of the Pirates order. Bill Madlock. They called him Buns in 79? Really? He's Mad Dog. Get Buns off of my card. I'm going to scratch that off and write Mad Dog. Buns. Madlock, Parker, and Stargell. We are family. I got all my sisters and me. It's copyright crap. Madlock, 4-1. 24, hard hit, ground ball to shortstop. Spire is able to scoop it up, gets it over to Perez. That is out number 1. Don't copyright me. I love the Pirates. I can't help it. Please don't copyright me. Dave Parker, Cobra at the plate. Rogers. Cobra has singled, stolen, and caught stealing and struck out so far in this game. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. And that is going to be a fly ball to center field. Dawson gets underneath it, squeezes his mitt, makes the catch. That is 2 away. And Pops comes to the plate. He has grounded back to the pitcher. Flown to left so far in this game. Rogers is set. He's got 4 strikeouts so far against none walked. Here comes the pitch. 2-1, and make that 5. Stargell watches a slider drop through the strike zone and stay on the corner. And he is almost incredulous. You can see him tense up. He's turning around. He's looking at Blue. He's not saying anything. He's just staring at him for a second before he walks back to the dugout. So that ends the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. John Candelaria still going. No reason to take either of these pitchers out of this game. They are doing well. He will face 3-4-5. The Hawk, Dog Perez, and Gary Carter. in order. Dawson has struck out 2 times so far. Candyman's been punching his clock. Let's see if Dawson can do different. Here comes the pitch from Candelaria. 3-4 fly ball hit to center field. Omar Marino pretty much hit right to him. He only had to move a couple of steps to his left and a step back. Gets underneath it, makes the catch. And that is 1 away. Dawson not having the greatest day at the plate, but it's a small sampling. Those of you who are Andre Dawson fans, including me, know he was a great baseball player. All these guys were. Tony Perez now as Dog. He was the Mad Dog. Bill Madlock was Mad Dog. 1979, Pittsburgh Pirates, he was Mad Dog. That's all I got to say about it. Tony Perez, 1 away, top of the 7th. A pitch from Candelaria, and that is a hard ground ball. Nope, sorry, because it's a little different with the D-Vals. Popped up behind the plate. Ed Ott gets underneath it, staggers a little to his left, dives over to his right a little bit, makes the catch leaning. So that is a foul pop-up. That is 2 away. And now we have Gary Carter at the plate. John Candelaria is set to go. Here comes the windup. The pitch, 1-5, and Carter hits this one to center field. Omar Marino drifting over towards Parker. Makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. That felt good. All right, here we go. Bill Robinson, bottom of the 7th, leading off, to be followed by Phil Garner and Ed Ott, 5, 6, 7, facing Rogers. Here comes. He kicks and fires and catches Robinson, swinging at the knee cheese. That is 1 away. Scrap iron. Steve Rogers and the defense of the Montreal Expos is keeping Montreal in this game. They really are. Scrap iron is set. Now look at the defense for Montreal. Rogers with the pitch, and that is going to be a fly ball to right field. Ellis Valentine giving chase towards the foul line. Doesn't have to run too far or too hard. Makes the catch. That is out number 2. Brings us to catcher Ed Ott. Sorry, Mark. And already Ed Ott. Here we go. Steve Rogers is set. The windup. The pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout for Rogers again. His 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th so far. I'm going to mark that there for easier reference. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates, as they have in the last 3 innings. Steve Rogers and John Candelaria both in excellent control in this game. Candelaria is going to come out for the 8th. There's a little activity in the bullpen, but just due to the age of the game, I believe. Looks like Bibby and perhaps Grant Jackson are out there warming up. Ellis Valentine is set to go. A little activity in the Expos bullpen as well, just in case it is needed. Where did I put them all the way over there. I'm not reaching for them. Script. Okay, here we go. Top of the 8th. Ellis Valentine, Larry Parrish, and Rodney Scott due up. Valentine has flown to center and struck out. Comes the windup. The pitch, 2-6. This one is hit sharply to Tim Foley at short. Scoops it up, and frozen rope throw over to Stargell. Beats Valentine by about 3 steps. Huge throw by Foley. He uncorked on that one for no reason. It wasn't even close. He's just feeling froggy, I guess. 1 away. Larry Parrish to the plate. He's grounded to second, grounded to short. John Candelaria would like to keep that going. Candelaria gets the signs in from Ed Ott. Here comes the windup and the pitch. And that is going to be a 10. That'll be a hit. Hit into center field. And Parrish with a base hit here on the top of the 8th. Marino relays it into Garner. So the man on first, Cool Breeze, comes up to the plate. Cool Breeze does not have a lot going on. His 8s are going to be fly balls. Cool Breeze is going to try to bunt Parrish over with 2 outs, not with Rogers coming up. Not unless they're going to pinch hit for him. Who do we have on the bench? Yep, now we'll take a look. Well, let's see. I'll show you the rest of the Expos since I have them up. We've got Bill Lee, Ross Grimsley, Scott Sanderson, Dan Schatzter, Dale Murray, Elias Sosa, Dave Palmer, John Tamargo catcher. He's one of the ones that wasn't carded in 79 for tops. Jerry White, Rusty Staub, Dave Cash. But why bunt him over? Pinch hit for him if you're going to do that. Dave Cash. Dave Cash's card is looking a little better with 7s and 9s. And thinking that they might pinch hit for Rodney Scott in this situation. So Scott is going to come out of the game. And Dave Cash is going to come in and bat for him. And we might keep those guys handy because we might do Rogers as well, depending on how the at-bat goes. Come here. The cards are rebelling. Okay, I'll put you back where you're supposed to go. Sorry. You go right there. Okay. So Dave Cash is going to come in. Let me pencil him into the game there. For Scott. Cash. He scores a 6. And he is fast. That'll drop Montreal's score to 38. Still fielding to column. So Cash, with 1 out and a man on first, is going to face John Candelaria. All righty, here we go. Candelaria looks over to first to keep Parrish close. Looks in, gets the signs from Carter. Here's the windup. The pitch to Cash, 3, 5, and 9. That is going to be, he smacks it hard, deep infield. Foley gets it. No time to get Parrish going to second. He tries to get over to Cash. Cash beats the, Cash beats the ball to Stargell by about a step, so he legs out an infield hit. And that's going to send Parrish to second. And I do believe that they're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Steve Rogers, as well as he is pitching. I think they're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Rogers. And we're looking at Rusty Staub. Looking at Rusty Staub to move him around. So let me pencil in that change. Staub. Pinch hitter. Going right there. And men at first and second, John Candelaria is in his first real situation of this baseball game. Staub is set. Candelaria, here's the windup. And the pitch. 5-1-9. And that is going to be a hardly hit ball to Phil Garner. Garner, it bounces off his shoe. He's not able to make a play anywhere. And Staub beats out an infield hit as well. Bases are loaded, 1 out. They're not charging an error to Garner. Garner, it was just out of his range. He was not able to make a play on it. But we do have bases loaded and 1 out. So let me flip to the back page here with bases loaded. And that is going to bring us to, let's do that and that. So I remember Warren Cromartie back to the top of the order, who was singled, grounded to second, and struck out. Bases loaded, no special defense for the Pirates. They're playing back open for the double play. This is it, the windup, the pitch, and 9. That is not good for the Pirates. That is a base hit into left field. A very shallow one. Robinson is on top of it. All runners advance 1 base, but that is an RBI single, and the Expos are in this game. It is a 1-1 game, and the bases are still loaded with 1 out. That is going to bring us to Chris Beyer. And Candelaria. The Pirates are going to look at their bullpen. Oh, pardon. We've got Romo out there. Going to Enrique Romo. Romo is going to come in. He is a B as a reliever. In the middle of an inning, he gets to come in as an A. So Romo is going to come in and pitch. He is a 2. So the Pirates actually go up to a 41. So it's fielding column 1. He is an XZ. So we have got new pitcher right there. Okay, Enrique Romo facing Chris Spire. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 8th. Tie ball game now. 1-1. Romo trying to get the Pirates out of trouble. Here's the pitch to Spire. That is a 33, and that is a single. Single over second. Runners advance 2 bases. And the Expos take a lead. Score is 3-1 Montreal. Those runs are charged to Candelaria. Romo facing Dawson. He would like to get out of this inning. Men at first and third, men on the corners. And here we go. Dawson is set. Romo gets the signs in from Ott. Here you come, the windup, the pitch. And the Expos are rolling numbers. That is a single into right field. Runner to third. Slow out if... Let's see. Is he slow? Spire is not slow. So that is an RBI single for Dawson. He finally breaks through. He's going to score Cromartie, and Spire is going to make it to third, and it is still a 1-out game. 4 runs charged to John Candelaria here in the top of the 8th. Michael Butler, Adam Vegas. How's it going, guys? Glad you could make it. All righty, here we go. 1 away. Men at the corners. Enrique Romo really trying to get Pittsburgh out of this jam. They went from a 1-0 ball game to down 3. Here comes the pitch to Tony Perez. 2-3, 28. And that is going to be a fielding check on Tim Foley, who is a 9. 36. And I'll explain this to you guys who came in later. Fielding column 1 on the 28. Infield is not in. That is a hardly hit ground ball to Tim Foley. He is able to get it to Phil Garner, who makes the pivot over to Stargell, and inning-ending double play. 2 outs, 6-4-3 ends it. 4 runs plated for Montreal. 4-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we need a new pitcher for the Expos. Let's see. Rusty Staub's card comes out. Steve Rogers' card is out. Let us see who is going to face Foley. Presumably a pinch hitter for Enrique Romo and Omar Moreno in this inning. Making sure I can still see everything good. Yeah, okay. All right. Who's the pitcher going to be? I think we said we were going to go with and I'm going to play this just like the tournaments. Long relief can pitch up to 6 outs, but can only pitch every other day. Short relief can pitch up to 3 outs and can pitch every day. So I think we're going to go with Dave Palmer coming in, bottom of the 8th. We'll have Dave Palmer come in to face the bottom of the Pirates order. So Palmer, pardon while I pencil this in. He's a pitcher. Fielding 1. So Montreal is going to drop to a 37. Still a fielding 2. He is a YZ pitcher. He's a B. Okay, so all of that pretty much stays the same. That's good. So he's going to face Tim Foley here. Bottom of the 8th, Pirates all of a sudden now not up 1, but down 3. Tim Foley is set to go. Here comes the windup. The pitch. Yeah, big inning for the Expos. IDJ, you get that right. Hard ground. Nope. What is 35? I can't remember what that is for bases empty. It changed with the DVALs. And again, I'll explain the DVALs to you guys here as soon as the game is over. 35. That is popped up foul. Gary Carter gives chase underneath it, racing over towards the Pirates' third base dugout and makes the catch. So that is out number 1. That's going to bring us to the pitcher spot for Romo, and they're going to pinch hit for Romo. Oidy doidy doy. So who are we going to bring in to rock Dave Palmer's world? I'm thinking John Milner, the Hammer. Yeah, that's right. Hammer's coming in. Hammer will tack. Let me pencil Hammer in. Hammer, pinch hitter. He is not fast. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. Palmer came in, new pitcher right there. Okay. So John Milner is set to go here. Bottom of the 8th, 1 away. Pirates down 3. Dave Palmer gets the signs in. Kenny Castro, how's it going, man? Glad you could make it. Yep, D-Val boards before the tournament. Yes, sir. I am learning how to use these boards and getting familiar with it so I get out of the technical problems out of the way so the creativity can flow when the tournament hits. That's right. John Milner is set. Palmer with the windup, the pitch, and that is going to be a 28, hardly hit ground ball to shortstop. 10, and Chris Spire is able to come up with it, gets it over to Tony Perez. That is out number 2. 2 away. And we'll put that there, and we'll put the placeholder there so I know to change it. Doink, doink. Alrighty, that brings us to Omar Moreno, 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. He has struck out, singled, and flown out to center field, facing Dave Palmer. Palmer staying in, going to get through the 8th, get to Sosa for the 9th. Here comes the pitch, 34, and he is a Y pitcher, and I do believe that is a strikeout of Moreno. Second time he has struck out in this game. No runs plated for the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. And the Pirates are bringing in another pitcher. Let's see who we got. Milner's card comes out. I think even though it's not really a game at this point, I know who the Pirates are going to go with. I love his freaky throw. Let's get him out of there. I love his freaky throw. Kent Colby coming in for the 9th. Not a save situation, but Pirates want somebody on the mound who's going to get the job done, and Teak is definitely the man to do that. So let me write down some particulars for Colby here before we go any further. Come here, card. Let's see. Kent Colby. Write him in. Colby, he is a pitcher. He fields at a 1. So the Pirates are going to drop back down to a 40. So it's fielding column 2. He is a YZ pitcher, control and strikeouts. New pitcher starts right there into Colby. And, yeah, there we go. All right, Gary Carter is due up to lead off the top of the 9th. He'll be followed by Ellis Valentine and Larry Parrish. Dave Cash, if it needs to come to it. Swayhander, hammer time. Gary Carter. Here's the pitch from Teak. Throws it from just about off the dirt, and Carter goes to his hit column. Foul ball, roll them all. 6-1, that's a 6. That's going to be a stand-up double for Carter. And the Expos, the hits just keep on coming. All right, man on second, nobody out here. Top of the 9th, Ellis Bubba Valentine. Right fielder. Yeah, runner on second. Here we go. Valentine T. Colby gets the signs from Ott. The windup, the pitch, and that's going to be third base check on Madlock. He is a 4-1-3. Make sure I remember what the result was. A 40. Madlock is going to 422 fielding column 1, and that's a good thing because it was an error otherwise. Ground ball to Madlock. He is able to check. Carter at second gets it over to Stargell for Valentine for out number 1. So Carter does not advance on the play. Larry Parrish comes up to the plate. Colby is set. Glances behind him at Carter. Gets the signs from Ott. Parrish is set. Here comes the windup. The pitch. And that is going to be a walk for Parrish. Parrish works to count. Men at first and second. 1 away. Dave Cash comes to the plate. Expos with a 3-run lead. It is a 4-1 ball game. Cash is going to bat. Colby is set. Pirates hoping for an inning-ending double play so they can get to the heart of their order for the bottom of the 9th. 27, that is a hard-hit ground ball. That's going to be a 1 out, so no check is needed. Fielding column 2, and that is going to be hit hard to Madlock. He's going to get it to Garner, and that is going to be out number 2. Not able to turn the double play. They get Parrish. However, Carter is able to advance to third on the play, and fielder's choice for Cash. And that's going to bring up the pitcher slot, and we're going to have a pinch hitter for Dave Palmer. Who's going to do it this time? Let's see here. I'm looking at Jerry White is going to come in and pinch hit. So, White is a pinch hitter. He's going to bat right there. Jerry White, men at the corners, 2 outs, facing Kent Colby. Colby gets the signs in from Ott. Here comes the windup, the pitch. And that is a 25 infield normal, and a hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Normally a double play, but we'll just call that Foley. Gets it over to Stargell for out number 3. So that is going to end the 9th. No extra runs across for the Expos. That 3-run lead will have to stand as we go to the bottom of the inning. And let us get us a new pitcher out for the Expos. And I think I know exactly who it's going to be. It's going to be Elias Sosa. Yeah, he's going to come out and he's going to finish this one up. So Colby did his job. Kept the Expos from scoring any more runs. And let's see what happens here in the bottom of the 9th for the Pirates. Expos exploded once. Expos went sploosh on 3 Rivers. Can the Pirates do the same? Heart of the order due up. Bill Madlock, Dave Parker, Willie Stargell. Don Robinson is up if need be. Sosa is going to be pitching. Let me write his particulars in, if you would allow me 1 moment. He'll start there. He is an A pitcher. Oh my gosh. He's an A. Fields at a 1, so stays at 37, and he's a YZ. It stays there. Okay. Pirates have got their work cut out for him. Bill Madlock is set to go. Sosa goes in, gets the signs from Gary Carter. Likes what he sees. Here comes the windup with bases empty as I flip the charts. Bases empty. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is a fly ball to center field. Back goes Dawson. Close to the warning track. Against the wall. Makes the catch. Bounces off the wall. That was a deeply hit ball by Madlock, but Dawson was able to cover the distance and make the catch. That's 1 away. 1 down the bottom of the 9th. Pirates down 3. Dave Parker comes up to the plate. Sosa hunched forward, looking into Carter. Shakes off the first sign. Likes what he sees on the second one. Parker with his warm-up, standing on the right side of the plate. Here comes the windup from Sosa and the pitch. 1-3, and Parker works the count, and he gets no because he's a Z. No, base is empty. That's a walk. Sorry about that. So Parker works the count. The 2-2 pitch, 3-2 pitch was outside. He took it, did not like it. So 1 out, 1 on, down 3. Pops. Willie Stargell comes to the plate. Sosa facing him with Parker over on first. Parker a threat to steal. He's not being given the green light. Chuck Tanner wants to hold this tight. He doesn't want to give the Expos an opportunity for an extra out. Stargell can knock him around if anybody can. Sosa looking into Carter. Gets a sign. Looks over to first. Keep Parker honest. Here comes the windup. The pitch. And that is a hard hit ground ball to second base. Fielded there by Rodney Scott. He is able to get it to second to Spire, covering to get Parker out. So Stargell will get first on the fielder's choice. 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. And Bill Robinson comes to the plate. Man on first and Willie Stargell. And the Pirates are down to their last out. Here we go. Elias Sosa looks in. He gets the signs from Carter. Looks over to first. Stargell is just taking a small little lead. Sosa is not worried about him at all. Here comes the windup. The pitch, 1-6, and that is going to be hard hit ground ball to second base. Rodney Scott scoops it up. Easy play at second to get to Spire to get Stargell out. And that is going to end the ball game right there. Your final score: the Pittsburgh Pirates lose to the Montreal Expos. The Expos win 4-1. Exciting game right down to the end on that one. So we'll put this stuff back where it belongs here in a little bit. First, let's do stats because, well, we always do stats. You guys go there. You go there. You go there. I will move these guys out of the way. And then I will show you guys the D-Vals real quick. Because I know you're dying to see that. I really don't feel like doing stats. I want to get straight to the D-Vals. We've got 4-1. We have 1 error for Pittsburgh and Marino, none for Montreal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. 6 of those in the 8th. And for Pittsburgh, 1, 2, they could not get the bat going at all. Lumber was dead. Only 6 hits for the entire game. So there is your line right there. Oh, Ken, Al, you're welcome, guys. And for those of you who want to see it, we'll do the D-Vals here in a sec. But yes, those of you who want to go ahead and part ways, thank you very much for watching the game. I appreciate it. Again, your final score here from Three Rivers Stadium, the Montreal Expos of 1979 4. My Pittsburgh Pirates won, and I don't like it much. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Kenny Castro, November 2nd in Wilmington, Delaware. Looking forward to it as well. Thank everybody that came into the chat real quick. If I could do that, I'll scroll on up, and then we will go to the D-Vals for those of you who want to stay behind. Check it out. Kenny Castro, our Red Sox fans. Wehander, Ken Castro, Michael Butler, glad you could make it. ID Jester, as always, brother. Adam Vegas says, go Expos. I don't like you anymore. Sports Time Machine, Mike. And that pretty much covers everybody right there. So, again, guys, thank you very much for watching the game. And as always, keep on rolling. All right, so here we go. The D-Vals. They basically took the basic game and modified it a little bit. Of course, you got your sacks, and there might be some differences. I went ahead and highlighted everything where there might be a fielder's check on an error. Got your sacrifices on a couple of pages. They have one fielding chart, but I made these little booklets up. They're going to give us these booklets when we go to the tournament, but I was like, no, because there's one fielding chart and 8 pages that it could be used on. So on all 8 of those pages, the fielding chart is right there. The fielding chart is right there. So no matter which page I go to, I've got the fielding chart. Now to show you a couple of things here. If there's a position listed on the left, you go to that player's fielding score. So let's say third base, Bill Madlock's fielding score is a 4. You're going to go over here to third baseman. column 4, and you're going to roll the 2d6 again. And wherever it falls, if it's 1-1 through 3-2, you're using fielding column 1, regardless of the team fielding column. This is an individual fielding result. 3-3 through 5-1 would be fielding 2. 5-2 on down would be fielding 3. So it takes into account personal defensive fielding values for those who are playing. It's really cool. Unusual play cards. You don't use this on bases empty. You go with the balls and strikes and everything like they have it. And 23, the rare results. It's not error center fielder to second base kind of thing. It's just their balls. But error distribution. I think I might have been doing it wrong. I'm not sure. I'm going to check it out. Oh, number 22. If it says roll. If it says roll next to it like it does right down there. If it says the word roll, then you're going to go to the error distribution chart, which is here on the bases empty page. Bases empty. And you're going to roll the 2d6, and you're going to go with the result here to determine which fielder is going to determine which column you're looking at. So if whatever fielder is, if they do a fielding 1, then batter is out, and just whatever kind of out it would be for the player. If it was the first baseman, it could be a U3. If it was the center fielder, it might be F8. I mean, you know. Fielding column 2 would be batter out, but with 2 outs, it would be a single. See that better there? Yeah, move it. And with fielding column 3, straight up single no matter what. But that's that. Also with hit and run, you take the catcher's fielding rating, and you're going to determine a number that you're going to add for the catcher's arm. So that way, if you get a result like, say, if it says like strike, roll for catcher, anytime it says roll for catcher, let's see if the runner on second steals third or the other holds first, use the catcher's arm rating +1 after all other calculations are finished. You're going to add the catcher's arm rating that you determine on this little chart back over here. And then use that and determine whether, since it was a strike, the hit and run is on, he's off with the pitch going in, whether he's able to steal the base or not. Then you got runner on first. You're going to have some results that have an asterisk next to them. That means if there are 2 outs, that's when you make this roll. Otherwise, you don't make this roll, only when there are 2 outs. There are going to be some in situations where there is a runner on third, where it is going to be followed by a C. And this means you only make that fielding run if the infield is in. If they're playing deep, you don't make this roll. But that's the D-Vals. It's really cool. It puts a little something extra in there. It's basic APBA, APBA, just with a little bit of fielding flair. And it's not that difficult to pick up. I mean, if you know the basic game, it's awesome. It really is. Bob B, how's it going, man? Glad you can make it. The final for the game earlier. I'm not going to give it away that way if you want to watch it. But yeah, I love the D-Vals. They play really well. They do. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see me for a sec because it's been a while. But I do. I really enjoy playing with the D-Vals. It's a little something different. It gives personalized fielding feel to the game. Adds a little something extra to it. I'm not using it with the 1919 APBA season that I'm doing on personally and putting the results on the Friends of Community Discord that our Red Sox fan has. I'm going to finish the season with the basic booklet, and I may move to the D-Vals for further projects on that. But yeah, I really do enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to that tournament, Kenny. I really am. Looking forward to meeting you and BJ Wanlin and anybody else who may decide to go. There is an APBA Basic tournament on November 2nd at a church up on Concord Pike in Wilmington, Delaware. Sign up is like 8 o'clock on Saturday, November 2nd. First games rolled out by 8:45 or 9 or something like that. I'm going to have a pool series, depending on how many managers there are, and then playoffs in the afternoon. First APBA tournament, really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I went to the Stratomatic tournament a year and a half ago, and those guys were playing Sad V, and those guys were Hawks, and they were good, and they helped, and man, they were carrying me along. I felt like I was just slowing them down. I'm looking to go into this tournament and really just have fun because I know the game they're playing. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. Let's see. Bob, are you going to be at the tournament? That would be totally cool. I get to meet another one. Doing. Yeah, Kenny might be flying to Phil, but dude, come on down. Get in here and do it. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I do my best. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Again, the final for the game that was played was, I'm not going to tell Bob, you're going to have to watch. 4-1 Montreal. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for taking some time out of your evening, spend it with me. I've been having the video bug. I don't do videos on a regular basis right now because videos feel like way too much like work. But no, totally doing this one tonight. Nobody else is doing a live stream. IDJ got his Atlanta Braves game out of the way, so I figured, let's go ahead and roll some Pirates and Expos. So that was it. This is Chris, IDJ. Glad you enjoyed it, man. This is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, signing off. Have a wonderful evening, guys, and keep on rolling. I mean you. And you. And you. Not you. You. Now, really?